have a combo of notes and want to see everybody, so I'll try to do this in the best way. So hi, I'm Jessica Brooks Bryant. I'm the executive director. I'm kind of winging it a little bit tonight because, like Journey to New Life, I had one of our shelter residents supposed to come with me tonight to speak because I think it's better for you guys to get a first-person perspective. It's a lot more interesting than hearing us talk. However, she has that terrible head cold that like everyone in the city has, so she could not be here. So thanks to David for letting me put this in front of him last night and get it going. So Lazarus Ministries, we are located at, not ready for that, please. Okay, we're located at the corner of 9th and Grand in the heart of downtown Kansas City. We've been around for about 20 years. We have been to Impact KC before, have been funded 4 or 5 years ago, thankfully. And we have been around for about 20 years, became a 501c3 in 2009 in an effort to take a tiny church outreach and make it into a more professional and organized nonprofit. And so that we had opportunities like this to come and seek funding from different places. So as you can see, our mission is to offer unlimited compassion while providing for the unmet needs of Kansas City's urban core. So one word that I want to mention before we get started that you may hear me use is the word sojourner. We use the word sojourner, which by definition is a person on a journey. We use that instead of homeless people in order to be more inclusive. It is less derisive, it is less divisive, and it puts everybody on an even playing field. When you walk through the doors at Lazarus Ministries, whether you are a person seeking services, whether you're a staff member or a volunteer, we're all sojourners, because whether it's an emotional, a spiritual, or a physical journey, literally from place to place to get a meal or a bed, we're all on some kind of a journey. So you may hear me use that word, and that's extremely intentional in the work that we do. So a quick word about our programs to give you the big picture, and then I want to talk about the shelter. We have 5 main programs. Our cornerstone program, Lazarus Table, was founded 20 years ago. So we now still do that. We do 3 hot meals every weekend, served Saturday in conjunction with our clothing boutique, served Sunday in conjunction with a health clinic run by UMKC medical students. And our supportive housing program, I really thought I took the timer off that, I'm sorry. Our supportive housing program, and what we're here to talk about tonight, which is the women's shelter. And I will add a side note that we work with Journey to New Life, and a lot of the residents that we see in our women's shelter are fresh out of prison looking for a more stable place. So we do a lot of, we try to do a lot of referring to them, but they're very full very fast, as you heard. So just to give you an idea, much of what she said is very applicable to the women that we deal with. So on that note, the emergency overflow shelter that we run is, here we are. We're emergency overflow because we're open December 1st to April 1st, when area shelters are overflowing and there are not enough beds in the city. We're open to any single woman, but our shelter predominantly serves older women who are in poor health. So this is women like Journey to New Life, women who are experiencing domestic violence situations, women with children, even men. We all know these are populations that are well taken care of by other agencies that do a great job in this city. But we're talking about women who are older women who are in poor health. These women in our shelter often have aged out of their jobs or physically can no longer manage a full-time job. We see many women who are just months away from getting their Social Security benefits. Most have health problems from either being homeless most of their lives or just simply living in poor living conditions. So they are aged, about 10 years more than they actually are. And so these are the women that we feel are not being cared for at other agencies and are falling through the cracks. So since we are only open seasonally, our goal is to partner with other agencies like Restart who do year-round services, and to get these ladies into year-round case management or other programs. We, as I mentioned before, do a miniature supportive housing program, which is like up to 8 beds. So we can house some of these ladies, and our goal there is to get them from emergency shelter to being housed. But as you heard from the last ladies, I'll refer again, it's just a long process. So So when these women, when the residents come to us for shelter, we impact their lives by first meeting their basic needs, and then establishing a relationship which allows us to work with them to assist in moving beyond homelessness. Last year we provided 1,800 nights of shelter to homeless women in Kansas City. So to open our doors on December 1st and keep them open the remainder of the season, we need assistance from you guys to fund some of our most basic supplies, which are not only required to function, but are essential in preventing a bedbug infestation. So I'm not sure if you guys got to read that yet, but if you're not itchy, you are now. So I will apologize. I will make this as quick as I can. I did not put a picture of bedbug in the slides or anything. We've never had an infestation. My goal to talk to you guys tonight is about how to make that continue happening. I had this conversation with my staff over, should we really say this to a funder? Like, do we really, we're gonna make everybody uncomfortable. But, the resounding answer was, yeah, if this is what we are dealing with as a shelter, and believe me, every shelter in Kansas City deals with this, that is, as our funders, you guys should know, what we're dealing with. So I apologize for making everyone itchy, but it's just a little bit. In the last 5 years, bed bugs have made their way to Kansas City. As you probably know, shelters are unfortunately high on the list of likely areas for bed bug infestations naturally. It can be combated and prevented, which is why we're here today. But treating an infestation would be so costly that we would have to close our doors. So you may or may not have read in the newspaper about an agency downtown that predominantly serves men that has now had an infestation and now has a bed bug quarantine room. So you treat bed bugs with high excessive heat. So they now have a room because they serve, people and men, but people in such mass quantity that if they have an infestation in one room, they take all of the furniture out of there, they put it in this high heat room, turn on the zappers or whatever they are, and then that furniture is functional again and they haven't lost it, or let the entire facility get infested. So we, as a organization with about a $300,000 budget, do not have the capacity to do that. So we do everything we can to prevent it from happening ahead of time. So because our initial research and diligence in how we handle resident belongings, which is where they usually come in, from storage in a secured area away from sleeping quarters to daily washing of street clothes, we have yet to have an infestation. However, this has caused us to be more strict in terms of accepting donations, and it's increased the cost of the equipment that we have to buy in order to provide basic shelter. So, now I'm ready. And I will not get into the specifics of how many and what, but I will tell you a little bit about why we need these items in relation to what we're talking about. So cots. We currently have wooden army cots, just like you would in the Boy Scouts. Metal is better. Bed bugs will infest wood. They don't infest metal. Also, the bonus is that they last longer and they are more durable and more comfortable. Pillows. Ensuring we have enough donated pillows to begin with is a struggle. Sorry, I just saw my 2-minute warning. So, but now that we have to be more strict about accepting used pillows, it's even more difficult to ensure that everyone has a pillow. And bed bug covers we have used to help prevent the infestation. And we have used those in the past successfully, but it's time for new ones. Storage and shelving. Residents enter the shelter with everything that they own. So while we limit what we can store, stuff is just a reality of shelter life. So because bed bugs are travelers, we utilize individual storage bins placed on a metal shelving unit, and this allows us to keep every resident's belongings separate and organized in a secured area away from the sleeping quarters. So bed bugs thrive in disorganized piles of stuff, so we strive to give them no place to be comfortable. Mattress traps, one of the latest technologies in combating the bugs, which we'd like to try out. It's like a glue trap. And the washer, dryer, and detergent. We do an average of 30 loads per week to keep up with the residents' clothing, bedding, pajamas, robes, etc. And our washer, dryer expire every few years due to the excess usage. And our current warranties have expired, so we're preparing for a need that we can surely anticipate will come this season. And of course, detergent is key to this operation. And while we do get some donated, it adds up. So those are the logistics with you all. the impact could be significant. So our focus is walking with homeless individuals towards self-sufficiency, but that is challenged when health concerns arise. Potential health risks include skin infection and allergic reactions, and with your help, we can continue doing what Lazarus Ministries does best, which is to provide unlimited compassion for the sojourners of Kansas City, specifically the residents of Lazarus Women's Shelter, but do it in a bedbug-free environment. And here we go.
Question.
Yes, please ask me a question about bedbugs, because I know this presentation will at least be memorable.
No bedbugs. Thank you very much.
Thank you.